Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Kicking into September, folks. Here we go. Coming into the fall. Don't take anything personally. Transform your life. When you refuse to take things personally, you avoid many upsets in your life. Your feelings of anger, jealousy, and even sadness will simply disappear if you don't take it personally. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 12, NASDAQ off 18, S&P's down 3.5. Now, bottom line, folks, if we go take a look at the Dow right off the bat, what you're going to see, so we have sideways movement out here. What we did have in the Dow Industrials, though, is that you actually rejected lower price, and, in fact, we did have lighter volume. We did 783 million. Because what we had done on Friday is actually, which was really hard to do, we actually got volume in the Dow on Friday as we moved lower. We get 855 million. So what does that set up now? Bottom line, you're going to set up a little chop. You're going to set up a run up to the highs once again in the Dow, I suspect. That's 26,167. We had movement out here today, there's no doubt. We got down to that 25,805, and it moved off that low 145 points. So we had the movement out there. We get and take a look at the S&P, the cash S&P. What you have with the cash S&P is a little bit different number here. Now, cash S&P, sideways move. That being said, bottom line is that I suspect that does not have to get up into the highs. Why? Because there's still indecision inside this S&P in a big way. So basically, sideways move. You had the expansion of volume. I expect the good old S&P wants to run down and try to get back inside its lower range. Now, inside that lower range would mean that the cash S&P would get down to 2863, which is 2892 right now. If we get over and we take a look at the futures and see how these futures have set up, what we have here inside the future market is this. You're at 28.98. This baby pushed into the breakout. It broke out on the 27th. Had some, real conviction on that breakout too, by the way. Bottom line, start banging into that. So we'll see how this shakes out tomorrow. But I do expect what you're going to see is that it's going to try to get into the lower part or the top of where it broke out from. NDX 100 is the same way. Now, what's so intriguing about this is that the NDX, no doubt, have been the strongest indices out there. It's subtle out here today, but the NDX is laying out the exact same way as the S&P. Dow is a different ballgame, so they're going to be fighting each other out here in a big way. Gold contract. What do we do with the gold contract? Gold contract still can't catch a bid, and you get currencies falling apart all over the world. Bottom line, you're back into the strength that was established out here on the 24th. The bottom of that strength is 1198. Now, the bullish part would be that, yeah, you didn't hit 1198. The bearish part is that since April 4th, we've only got 1 day of strength, and that was on the 24th of August. So bottom line, that being said, you're backing into that strength with way too much volume. We've done 403,000 contracts out here today. I believe we were at 293 in the, yeah, you were 294. You're going at the 294. So the highs of the lows is the same price, meaning 1198. And that can be tested. That's how that's shaken out. Notes and bonds, they are the ever-ready bunny. They still want higher price. It's pretty amazing watching the whole thing shake out, folks. If we go take a look at the 10-year first, what you're going to see, 10-year back down. Bottom line, you're backing into the strength. The strength we're backing into is big strength, by the way. And you've had a couple different ones. The strength that's coming into was from the 10th of August. That's where the 10-year went from 119.19 up to 120.08. Big number. We backed down today, 1.3 million contracts. That's backing it to 2.3 on the 10. If we take a look at the 30, you're going to see the 30 is set up the exact same way. You're backing down. 30 went down a full point out here today. You did do 370,000 contracts. I'd have to go back to the other, we're rolling over. I have to go back to the other contract to get the volume. But that was, well, here, let me do it right now. USU 8, since we still have it. I know it's going to be lighter. What did I say? I think, because I believe this went up in 400,000. So it's going into 540. Interesting. Well, it's definitely, you know, what's interesting is that we had actually come down at 540,000 on the 28th. We're going up on 384. I see, 384. So you are on the 30 year, you did back down with some juice. King Dollar, it's going to be intriguing watching King Dollar. You know, King Dollar has been on a one-way track, you know, since April. Yeah. It totally makes sense, right? April is the last time we caught a bid in the gold contract. April is when dollar takes off from 88. Right now we're at 95. That being said, what we had out here is that King Dollar tried to get over the C point of this ABC structure on the way down. It made it today, went to 95,680, gave it up, has 22,000 contracts. You're going into 24.5. So bottom line is that you still have an ABC structure on the way down. That's not negated. It didn't hold price out here again. That's saying there's selling pressure inside of this. And I expect what you're going to see is, once again, we're going to go right after the lowest swing point in this particular case is 94,340. We look at some of the higher volume equities out here today. We had Advanced Micro up $2.89. Facebook was down $4.50. Facebook is going to be in front of Congress tomorrow. You got Snap down 31 cents, trading $12.59. Amazon made $1 trillion, folks. Made it for 10 minutes, and then bottom line pulled off $10. We hit $2,050.50, and that was at 11:40 a.m. this morning, and it only stayed up there for 5 minutes, 11:30 rather. Because when I actually did pull that up, I was watching it, and that's you had some sellers up there, 2,000 at a pop. They were selling at a 2,000 stock. That adds up, and it adds up pretty quickly. We some of the other higher volume equities out here today. We had Nike was down 260. The pot stocks. Telray was up $11.81. That, I would say, is kind of outrageous. But bottom line, it is what it is. Stay right there, folks. Got our man, Mr. Jason Paff, coming up next. We're going to be growling and prowling up here. Dow down 12, NASDAQ off 18, S&P's off 3.5. Coming right back. Hi, folks. Tom O'Brien